Hi, friends. Welcome back to another episode of the Positivity series on Just for Your Ears podcast. Today's story is about a simple yet powerful act of honesty and how it blossomed into something beautiful. So, settle in, take a deep breath, and listen to The Lost Wallet. It was a warm afternoon, and 12-year-old Jamal was walking home from school, his backpack bouncing lightly against his shoulders. The sun filtered through the trees as he passed the park, his usual route home where kids were playing. Old men played chess under the trees, and joggers moved in rhythm. As Jamal walked past one of the benches near the park's edge, something caught up his eye, a worn brown leather wallet half tucked beneath the bench. Curious, he picked it up and carefully opened it. Inside were a few credit cards, a modest wad of cash, and a driver's license. The name on the card read Thomas Reed. Jamal looked around. The area was bustling, yet no one seemed to be frantically searching for a lost wallet. For a moment, he stood there unsure of what to do, thinking. His first instinct was to hand it over to the local police station, of course. That seemed like the most obvious adult thing to do. But then he noticed something else. Tucked between the cards was a business card, slightly yellowed at the edges. On it was an address just a few blocks away. Jamal's mind raced. Maybe I can return it myself, he thought. It's close enough, and maybe it will save the man some trouble. So, with the wallet clutched safely in his hand, Jamal took a detour. As he walked, he imagined the person who had lost it, Mr. Thomas Reed. What was he like? Would he be worried, sick, retracing his steps? Would he be angry or grateful? A few minutes later, Jamal stood outside a small brick house with ivy creeping along the edges of the walls. He hesitated. What if the man didn't believe him? What if he accused Jamal of taking something from the wallet? Doubt crept in, but something stronger pushed him forward. A quiet voice that said, "Do the right thing, even if it feels scary." He walked up to the door and knocked. After a moment, the door creaked open. An elderly man with silver hair and kind, if slightly tired, eyes looked at Jamal. His expression shifted from confusion to cautious curiosity. Hi, Jamal began, holding up the wallet. I found this near the park. It has a name in it and address in it, and I thought to bring it to you. For a moment, Mr. Reed didn't say anything. Then he took the wallet gently, flipping through it with practiced fingers. He counted the cash, checked the cards, and looked up with surprise. "Everything is here," he said, a smile breaking across his face. "I didn't even realize this was missing." Jamal gave a small, nervous smile. "Come on in, son. You have done me a great help with all your kindness. Come in. Let me get you something to drink." Jamal stepped onto the porch, and soon he was sipping lemonade in a tall glass, cool and sweet. They sat on the porch swing, watching the late afternoon fade into golden hues. Mr. Reed began talking about how he used to be a school teacher, how he had lived in this neighborhood for over 40 years, and how he missed the days when children would come by, knock on his door, and play in his yard. "Today I don't get many visitors as the olden days," he said quietly. But today, someone brought me more than a wallet. You brought back my faith in people. As the sun began to set, Jamal stood to leave. Mr. Reed patted his shoulder gently and said, "Thank you for your honesty. Not everyone would return it. You got a good head and a better heart." That evening, over dinner, Jamal told his mother everything. She listened with quiet pride and then hugged him tightly. "Kindness, Jamal," she whispered, "it always finds its way back to you." A week had passed by then. One fine morning, Jamal found an envelope in the mail with his name handwritten on it. Inside was a note written in neat, old fashioned handwriting. "Dear son Jamal, thank you again for your honesty and for taking the time to return something important to me. It wasn't just the wallet, it's the spirit in which you returned it that touched me. I am enclosing a small gift card for books. You seem like someone who is curious about the world, and I hope you never lose that spark. With lots of gratitude, Thomas Reed." Jamal held the note for a long time. The gift card was generous, sure, but what he treasured more was the handwritten message. He pinned the note to the wall above his study desk, where it stayed for many years. Every time he glanced at it, he remembered that afternoon, not because of the lemonade, not because of the reward, but because in a moment when no one was watching, he had chosen integrity, he had chosen honesty, he had chosen to do the right thing which he believed it to be right, and that made all the difference. The key takeaway is kindness doesn't always make headlines, but it does make history in the hearts of people we touch. Like Jamal, we all have moments where we can choose honesty, integrity over convenience, compassion over indifference. And when we do, the world becomes just a little bit brighter, not only for us, but for the people around us. Thanks for tuning into Just for Your Ears podcast. If this story touched your heart, don't just keep it to yourself. Be generous. Share it with a friend, a family member, or even a stranger who might need a little spark of hope today. Because sometimes all it takes is one simple story to remind someone that goodness still exists in the world. We believe that kindness is contagious, and every time you pass it on, you are helping build a world that's just a bit more compassionate, one story at a time. So, until we meet again in the next episode, keep your heart open, your thoughts positive, and most of all, keep spreading positivity wherever you go. Take care, stay kind, be happy, and keep smiling. Bye.